So in this problem, we are given 8.20 milliliters, and we're asked how many picoliters are in that 8.20 milliliters. So this is what's known as dimensional analysis. We are going from one volume unit to a different volume unit. And it's very helpful when doing dimensional analysis to write down what we're given and write down what we want. Now, I also want to point out that our given value has three significant figures, and I'm going to include three significant figures in my answer as well, since my conversion factors are going to be exact. Now, the key to doing dimensional analysis is figuring out the conversion factors that take us from our given, which is milliliters, to what we want, which is picoliters. Now, these are both prefixed metric units. The milli means 10 to the minus 3, and the pico means 10 to the minus 12. So we can write these conversion factors. 1 milliliter is 1 times 10 to the minus 3 liter, and 1 picoliter is 1 times 10 to the minus 12, because pico means 10 to the minus 12, and milli means 10 to the minus 3. So how do we know what conversion factors to use? Well, what we want to remember is that if we write out our given value and our wanted unit, and we write out all our conversion factors, we should have 2 of every single unit. So here I have milliliter, and I look down at my conversion factor, and I also have milliliter. So whatever unit we're given, we're going to need a conversion factor that has that unit in it. And I look at what I wanted, and that's picoliter, and here's picoliter down here, my conversion factor. So whatever unit I want, I need a conversion factor that has that value as well. And since these are prefix metric units, 99 times out of 100, we are going to be writing a prefixed conversion factor with the base unit. And in this case, I do my double unit check, and I have 2 liters. So if we write out our given and our wanted units, and then we write out our conversion factors, we should have 2 of every single unit. There should be no units left over. Once we have 2 of every unit, then we know we're ready to do our railroad math. When we do our railroad math, we always start out with what we're given, and that's another benefit to writing out our given value, because then it's so easy to find to start out a railroad math. And whatever unit my given has, that unit must be in the denominator. And there's only going to be one conversion factor that has that unit, and here it is right here. So 1 milliliter, and I know milliliter goes on the denominator because I want to cancel it out with this, because milliliter divided by milliliter is 1. And then here's the other half of the conversion factor, 1 times 10 to the minus 3 liter. Now I have liter in my numerator, and it's not what I want, so I know that in my denominator, I have to have liter. Here's my second conversion factor, and so the number that goes with this liter goes in the denominator with liter. So liter divided by liter, I should have done liter divided by liter, is 1. Now I've used both my conversion factors. All of my units have canceled out except for picoliter, which is exactly what I want. Now remember, in our railroad math, these vertical lines are very similar to parentheses. So in my numerator, I'm multiplying everything together, and in my denominator, I'm also multiplying everything together. And then I divide at the very end because this horizontal line represents a fraction bar. So when I multiply my numerator, I get 8.2 times 10 to the minus 3, and then I divide by my denominator, which is 1 times 10 to the minus 12, which is 1 times 10 to the minus 12. And when we put that into our calculator, this is the answer we should get. Notice that I had to put this extra 0 here. My calculator would not give me that 0 unless it put it out in standard notation. But I know that my given value had 3 sig figs, so my final answer I want to include 3 sig figs as well.